Sound level's good?
Yep.
Everybody good to go? Ready? Good morning. My name is Jay Swan. That's spelled J-A-Y-S-W-A-N-N. I'm a detective here with the Austin Police Department's Homicide Cold Case Unit. On April 3rd, 2016, the Austin Police Department responded to a call concerning two missing adults that traveled from Houston to Austin to attend the Urban Music Festival the weekend of April 2nd, 2016. Two individuals are identified as a 35-year-old black male, Sidney Taylor, and a 35-year-old black female, Chrislyn Gibson. Taylor and Gibson arrived in Austin on the weekend of April 1st, 2016, and dropped their belongings at a friend's house where they had planned to spend the weekend. Shortly after arriving, the pair left the house for the evening in Taylor's 2010 black Dodge Charger. After their arrival, Taylor contacted an acquaintance, 50-year-old Harvey Hootie Cyphers, a black male who he has known for several years. Taylor, Gibson, and Cyphers met and went to the Landing Strip Club in Austin, where they were seen on video entering the club together. They stayed at the club for a while and then were seen leaving the club about 2 o'clock in the morning on video. The friend they were staying with in Austin called Taylor to check in around 3 and spoke to him on the telephone. Taylor at that point mentioned that he was with Harvey Cyphers. This is the last contact that anyone had with either Taylor or Gibson. The friend tried texting Taylor into the morning hours of April 2nd without receiving any response. Taylor and Gibson never returned to his residence where they had left their belongings and were supposed to spend the evening. The friend became concerned on April 2nd and reached out to his circle of friends to see if anyone had heard from the couple. None had. On Sunday, April 3rd, the friend called APD to report the couple as missing. APD began investigating this. APD began investigating this as a missing persons case on Monday, April the 4th. On Tuesday, April the 5th, APD was notified by the Houston Police Department that Taylor's 2010 black Dodge Charger had been located in the 2400 block of Milam Street in Midtown Houston. It was abandoned there and was towed for parking violations. Houston police advised that the vehicle contained personal effects that a person would not normally leave inside of a vehicle if they were going to abandon it. Gibson and Taylor both have small children at home and had both steadily employed. Friends and family say that neither Gibson nor Taylor would abandon their families or jobs. After continuing the investigation and gathering additional information and evidence, APD believes that foul play is involved and that their disappearance is criminal in nature. Austin Homicide Cold Case detectives and the Houston Police Department have conducted parallel investigations and have maintained frequent communication while investigating this case. As Harvey Cyphers was the last person to see Sidney Taylor and Chrislyn Gibson alive, he was asked to come in and speak with APD detectives, which he did. Cyphers provided a timeline for his whereabouts for the time span that we were asking about. Our investigation has revealed that Cyphers was untruthful as to his whereabouts. Cyphers acknowledged having several firearms, and as a previously convicted felon, under federal law, he is not allowed to possess firearms. APD detectives worked with our federal partners to procure a search warrant for Cyphers' property and recovered the firearms that Cyphers had discussed. Harvey Cyphers is currently in federal custody on those firearms charges. When the inconsistencies in Cyphers' story became apparent, APD obtained a search warrant for his residence at 6808 Montana Street here in Austin. Detectives from APD, the Texas Department of Public Safety, Texas Rangers, and the DPS Crime Lab technicians spent nearly 20 hours at Cyphers' residence processing that scene. During that search, blood and other evidence was discovered, leading investigators to believe that an act of violence had occurred at that location and that the crime scene had been cleaned up. To date, 11 search warrants have been obtained and served by APD detectives and the Texas Rangers in this case. All physical evidence in this case is currently being processed by the DPS Crime Lab. Information obtained by search warrant for cell phone records indicate that Gibson, Taylor, and Cyphers were at Cyphers' residence through the early morning hours of April 2nd. Later that morning, all 3 cell phones traveled together to Houston, where a call from Cyphers' telephone was placed to Megabus, which is a commercial bus line. calls made from Cypher's phone place him in the vicinity of 2400 block of Milam, where Sidney Taylor's car was recovered by the Houston Police Department. This location is within walking distance of the Megabus pickup. Cypher's phone then travels along the route that Megabus uses for its Houston to Austin leg. This is an active and ongoing investigation, and the collaborative efforts of the Austin Police Department, the Texas Rangers, the Houston Police Department, and several federal agencies have yielded significant progress in this case. We are asking that anyone who may have seen Harvey Cypher's, Sidney Taylor's 2010 Black Dodge Charger in the Houston area on April 2nd, 2016, anyone that may have ridden the Megabus with Harvey Cypher's from Houston to Austin on the afternoon of April 2nd, 2016, or any other related information that anyone might have in reference to this case, whether it come from Austin or from Houston, can call the APD Homicide Cold Case and Missing Persons Unit at area code 512-974-5250, or Crime Stoppers at 512-472-TIPS, or you can text TIP 103 and your message to crimes. At this point, if there are any follow-up questions that anyone has?
Great. Thank you.
Can you say and spell your first and last name for us?
I'm sorry, my name is Detective J-A-Y, Swan, S-W-A-N-N.
Thank you.
Detective, do we know how well the couple knew Cyphers?
It is believed that Sidney Taylor and Harvey Cyphers have known each other for several years. They have several mutual friends here.
Good. All right. Thanks, y'all.